Hey, we are back. I'm in a cave now. I managed to find a cave and some diamonds as well. My frame rate is suffering a lot. Anyways, I hope this is gonna be an actually good cave. I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna cut up the first part of the video because it was a lot of yapping with no real depth to it. Because I actually want to talk about the topic. I don't know why it sounded like that. Holy shit. Okay. I, I said actually like I'm fucking Donald Duck. But yeah, so I want to talk a little bit about just life in general. First things first, I did this morning when I recorded the first half of the video, I was completely fine. I hit the gym and ended up getting a fever, or not a fever, but pretty close to it. I was really sick. I got really tired. I felt like shit, and yeah, not the coolest feeling ever. I'm gonna be honest. I guess this kind of happens once in a while. It just came out of nowhere. This morning, I was completely fine, and then I ended up being hit by the worst fucking wave of like tiredness and like just weakness. Like I could feel myself. Like I was mentally like just cooked, detached, and I wasn't very happy about it. But yeah, I don't think I've had a oh diamonds. I actually wasn't trying to strip mine. I'm just trying to look for a cave system, honestly. So I'm I really want to talk about a deep topic because I've yet had the chance to talk about something actually. Oh, I think I saw something. Something like actually deep on this channel, which I feel like kind of defeats its purpose to an extent. I want to talk about something that is very close to me and is very serious in a way. Like, don't go think it's gonna be something funny. Like, but so far I've only made like fucking funny, goofy little. It's not funny, but goofy Clash Royale and Minecraft content. But mental health. Yeah, I know, pretty serious topic. I'm just kind of reflecting on everything that happened. Like now that I'm tired, I just have a little more time to think. Or if not that I'm home and I just have more time to think and everything like that, and I'm kind of out of it. And I feel like whenever I'm out of it, like if I get sick or something like that, it's when really all the thoughts catch up to you and like just everything else you start thinking about. Like most things in your life, and it's kind of the same right now. Like it's kind of what's happening with me. Like I was just so deep in thought, and I'm just really reminded of like everything. Over a year ago, I was at like kind of my lowest point. I guess you can say that, and it was a rough time. It just I'm not sure what happened to me. It was like I don't know, one or two breakups in like the span of one summer. I think I gained weight. I was really out of it. I wasn't trying mentally. I didn't know what I was at that point. I was mentally just gone. I couldn't really find myself. I felt without a path in life. I was just all over the place, and it ended up kind of getting worse as time passed. Like I didn't really get a chance to completely get over it. Shit. And then I started ninth grade, and I didn't start at the highest point in my life, so things just ended up getting even worse. And that kind of, I guess, snowball and kept going. Like it's like you start something, it's like school starts wrong, bad first impression or something like that. A couple missteps here and there, then you keep going, then you fall more, and then it's just like a big snowball effect that if you don't get the hang of it, it just keeps persisting and never ending. Honestly, it gets pretty rough. Okay, that was happening for a very long time. The worst of it was around winter last year, or last winter, so 2024, that is. Of course, it got pretty rough. Like, I'm not here to talk about how, like, my life is bad. Like, I don't have a bad life. I don't have anything really bad going on. I'd say my life is pretty okay, all things considered. I don't have a lot of things going on, which probably added on to the guilt of my depression, because I was like, well, why is this happening? Like, I was already mentally like weak, and then just shit talking myself because I didn't have a reason to be sad. Kind of added on to it, kind of gave me more guilt, and it got pretty rough. And there's so many of you, I'm sure, like, so many people going through that. And like, if you never went through it in any way, shape, or form, you wouldn't understand it. I had struggles since pretty young. I'm not sure, maybe just the because I'm never really the best at expressing myself, or I just maybe I did it for attention or something like that. But I do remember like being a little kid, like around 9 years old, and just already back then like being unsure about things. I've pretty sure I felt like thoughts of doing something really bad. I think you guys get what I'm trying to get at. And like many of that sort, and I really still don't know why that was a thing for me, like as a kid. Like, it could be because of, I'm not even sure what, honestly. I definitely had like I lost a family member back then. Maybe being unable to process my emotions could have probably added on to it. But I was also never in the first place like a very emotionally like available kid, if that makes sense. Like, I was always very, I didn't know how to express myself. I'd cry a lot. I would be all over the place, and that kind of persisted into nowadays as well. I'm still pretty detached in many ways. Like, I'm pretty all over the place a lot of the time. I'm not as bad anymore. Like, I got the hang of things. I got the hang of myself. But like, to this day, like, if I get mad or something like that, like, I'm either very vocal about what I say, in the heat of the moment. It's like, if the if you light a spark, you start a fucking fire. I guess you could say that, and then you lose that fire, and you I either say everything on my chest in that moment, or never talk about it ever again. At least not like to the person, and which is not great, by the way. Don't really do that. Like, if you have issues, just talk about it. Like, I'm very conflict avoidant in most cases. I'm not a big fan of conflict. I guess that's one of my issues. Like, I'm scared of conflict because I just don't want to mess up things, even when sometimes they're better off if you like. It's I don't know how to say it. It's not right, but like, sometimes the best thing is to just get everything off your chest, talk with the person, and even if they get hurt, be open, because being genuine and being honest is the best thing you can do. There's a trial chamber right here. I will grab the coordinates and I will come back for this because I want to play. I want to do that later. And so, yeah, I used to be very detached, and I just wasn't sure ever. As a kid, I was very whiny and everything like that. And maybe it was the fact that I was just like aware enough that I was being all over the place and I knew what like my wrongdoings were. Like I was always like, I feel like I was morally developed even as a kid, and maybe that's what led to me being so all over the place. And like I knew I was wrong or right. Like I had a sense of righteousness, but like I would do something bad and I would loaf over it, and I just never really learned to accept things that I did or mistakes or similar. And so yeah, I this persisted for a long time, and this winter, like I was at my genuine lowest. I was considering doing something, doing it, I guess, a lot, like a lot, to a point where it's like I would have probably been fucking checked out and sent to a mental hospital. It just always crossed my mind, like the idea of just like I found comfort in that idea, which is I feel like the worst thing you can do. Like just finding comfort in it is shit. Finding comfort in that is kind of like the worst thing you can do, and it's kind of just giving into it. It's not the right thing to do. It's just something to fight for. And I talk with friends. I started hitting the gym, and I started talking to friends about this, and they were like, "Oh, what is bothering you?" And I was like, "I'm not sure." And to this day, I'm not sure. And then I kind of was just like, "The fuck is wrong with me?" And I guess I started going with a mentality where it's like, I don't have anything wrong with my life. I should just stop giving a fuck and start focusing on myself more, and getting the hang of what's happening with me personally. And as time went on, I it kind of just faded to the back of my head. Like I definitely had times where it creeped back up, especially like when things would get rough. It's like my defense mechanism would be to just blame myself and curl up, just shut myself off. But it definitely got better over time, and it's kind of been just good since. Honestly, I've not had many issues ever since, which is a great thing. But it's still something that I wonder about once in a while. I just sit down and I'm like, just think about it because of how much it impacted like a good year of my life. And like I can't just be like, oh, it was a breakup, or oh, it was this, or it was that. Like it was big enough for me to be consumed by it, and I think it was just the unfortunate events of like a breakup and all of that, combined with some, I guess, my just already pre-existing problems maybe, that led me down this rabbit hole that was really hard to crawl out of, and I could have probably just fucking get lost in if it wasn't for getting my shit together to a extent. Like now I'm just more confident in myself. I get along with people more easily and stuff like that. I'm not as worried about things. I'm not as worried about people's opinions and ideas. But what I did, just I mean, I gave up a lot of things at that point. Like I think what I did was the best choice at the time. I ended up giving up YouTube around there. I have another channel, and I had like 100 subs on it, which isn't much, but I was very proud of. And I kind of threw it all away because I was trying to like focus on school, and I wasn't really sure. Like I was pretty much lost in life. Like I was unsure of what to do, how to keep going, and so it was. I feel like the best decision in the end. Like even though it was my dream to pursue that, I think it was better off that I took that uh, initiative and just gave it up, because like I needed to find myself. I need to get back on, track. Like sure your goals matter, but like you matter more, like I think it was realizing that it's not the my goals that make me, it's not his work that makes the man. It's just everything else that you are, the way you carry yourselves, the way you think. Like I could have just kept going, but I wouldn't have gained anything. I would have been just completely lost without any path. Like putting dreams and work aside for once to find myself is probably the most, like, probably the thing I've done that I'm the proudest of. Is the number one thing I'm the most proudest of. The fact that I just managed my way through all of this, like not hearing a single good word from other people. It was me. Friends were there, absolutely. Some friends I was able to talk to about this, but at the end of the day, like it's you who fights through this whole thing. And so being able to do that kind of saved me. Just getting myself back on the right path and all of those kind of things was really just a saving grace, and it was the reason I kept going. And now, like, I've tried to get back into YouTube and everything like that. I've changed my goals up. It's kind of what gave me like a new purpose in life, just focusing on other dreams I have. But it's still something I want to keep doing because I still have a passion for it, and it feels bad to know that I gave that up. But at the same time, it's good that I know that like I put myself first, and like it's YouTube is something I can start over. You can do it whenever you want. You have plenty of time in life. I still have so many chances. It's not like it was a one shot thing and boom, now it's over. Like it's never over. You can keep going with it. It's YouTube. It's not a world changing thing, and I don't think I would change anything in life. It's kind of the mentality I've had for a while as well. Just not changing things, just learning to live with the fact that things were done and things are going to be like this, and that's it. No need to change something if it's already done. If this is how it goes, this is how it goes. Like there's no reason to sit there and be like, oh man, I should have done this, I should have done that. Like if I didn't do something, I didn't. It's whatever. It's today's, like it's not the time for that. The time for that has already passed. Worry about the present, worry about the things you can do and you want to do, not what you could have done. I really do think like just mental health is so important. No, not we still don't really think about it. We don't, like, it's more of a talked about topic nowadays, but I feel like it's still really put to the side in many cases, and I don't think that's right. Just put yourself in the front. Do care about yourself and everything you are. Don't care about other people. Like, it's, I know it's easy to say, but stop thinking about what people think of you, what people want from you, all of these. Like, stop worrying about this. Stop worrying about how you're gonna wake up tomorrow, do your job, or just the pressures of like even just everyday life. Be focused on your goals, and anything that comes in the way, like let's say maybe school or work, or I don't know, other people. Even like, as long if you the more you think about them, the more you think about it, the stronger they become in a way. I guess you can say that. And just really just focus on your goals. Like, they're just obstacles in your life. That's it, really. They're not anything more. I mean, all I can tell you is, even though it's probably the easiest thing to say, but it really works out in the end, is just not overthink it. When you're in the depths of it, when you're being overwhelmed by all of these issues, all these thoughts, everything in life, just keep your head on what you can control, you know? Focus on things that are in your control and let go of the things you cannot control, because it doesn't matter if you can't uh, get the hang of something, if you can fix something, if you can do something about a large issue. Like, there's no need to keep it going then. If something cannot be done, it's not meant to be done, you know? If you can fix it, just don't try it. Just keep doing what you can do. Focus on what you like, focus on yourself, become better, you know? And just please, like, do not give in to all these thoughts and all these fucking stupid ideas in your head. Like, we're all worth more than we know, you know? I guess that's the idea in the end. You have a lot of worth that you don't even know about. You have so much to do, you have so much to give, you have so much to pursue. You can go by this like in many ways of thinking, many mentalities, you know. But for me, the thing that works the best is just knowing that I have so many things to pursue, that folding under pressure of what's happening right now and what happened back then is just stopping me from pursuing all my dreams. And this is, of course, not the same for everybody. Like, some people, you know, this isn't gonna work for everyone, this mentality, but it's one thing, I guess it's worth trying. Just knowing that you got things to do, you got shit to do, shit you wanna do, things you wanna pursue, and you can just let issues like this stop you, you know? Because things are gonna get worse, things are gonna get even more off, and you need to find the comfort in life, the comfort in the everyday. I'm sure a lot of you are suffering with issues similar as well. And if, I mean, even though it's not the best advice, of course, but if it does help you, you know, just know what I said. Like, I guess keep it in mind. I went through it. I know people who went through it. I know people who were bullied and just really turned their life around. I know people who were at an all-time low and just managed to become the best of versions of themselves. I know myself, for example. I was in the roughest place I've ever been, and I'm doing better than really ever. I'm not letting anything really get to me anymore. I'm focused on myself and everything around me. One thing I will tell you that I think that I genuinely believe is very underappreciated. It's just the idea that is the process of just taking a breath, physically and metaphorically as well, and looking around, like the world around you, like everything else that's happening in life, and not being focus on your issues, be focused on the present, you know, what's happening to you right now, what's happening in life overall. Because when you really find a second of calmness, you realize like how different the entire world is, how much more there is to it. Like finding a spot in nature, watching the flowers glow, like looking at the trees, looking at everything going on, the birds in the trees, seeing how life persists without you and without anything really. It's such a stunning thing, you know. In the end, it's something you cannot change. Life will keep going on, and you are only such a small portion of it that at the end of the day, nothing really seems to matter. But like finding pursuit, finding reason in it, an idea to pursue is so beautiful, and it's such a human thing. Genuinely, that we will be dead, mankind could be long gone, the world could perish mostly, but there will be still some form of life existing. Some things are never ending in this world, and you are one of those that are ending. You know, you have a path, you have a set time in this world, pretty much. Even if you don't believe in God or anything like that, you do have your time. You know, you're not, it's not uncertain. At the end, everything is certain. And, well, it may not be known to us, but it will come to an end. And there's no way for you to fight it. So I think it's better if you just focus on what you can do in that time. Like in the end, there's so much depth to this role, such a intricate design that there's really millions of things you could do, and there's so much more out there. Even then, you need to realize, like you can easily tell somebody, oh, it's okay, like, you know, this is life. It's like, oh, it's whatever. Oh, things happen to all of us. The hardest part is overcoming what's in your head, you know? What's happening inside of your head? What's happening inside of you? Greatest power and your greatest, I guess, loss. The thing that makes or breaks you. Sometimes it's very hard not to be broken by it. And none of us are everlasting, but somehow it feels like that, you know? And I think that's the greatest part of it. Once in a while, have this deep talk with yourself, you know? Don't push yourself into work. Don't push yourself away from others. Don't try and drown your thoughts out with other things, because they will come back even stronger, you know? It's like you're fighting fire with fire. The longer you put things to the side, the stronger they get. But at the same time, the more you think about stuff, the more grounded they become in your mind. So it's something that needs to be balanced out. When you have the time, take a deep breath and just think of the world not as your issues, not as just yourself, but everything else as well. And make sure you guys are okay. I'm pretty much good by now. After all I've done, you know, things that have happened to me, this whole issue I've had with my mental health, I've pretty much overcome it and found comfort. You know, I'm pretty okay, but it's still something that can get to me. Not as much anymore, but I still suffer with it once in a while. It's something that you can never truly beat. Man, like, your own thoughts are always just gonna be here with you, you know? It's something that you can never really get over, but you can try and make things better. You know, you can focus on other things, other aspects of life, and just know when to stop, you know when to take a break. Like, for me, life is very still right now, and I'm not worried about it. You know, I think that's a good thing. I'm just waiting for my life being still is not a bad thing. It's kind of a good thing, honestly. And I'm just, eventually just waiting for when things are gonna get going again. I'm kind of waiting for my next big thing in life, next big event, whatever it may be. Hoping to just find have my just waiting for my dreams, my goals to become reality, and that's kind of what I'm focused on right now. I felt there's a lot more to talk about here because this is a very intricate topic, and I'm really just trying my best to express myself, even though I know my skills at expression aren't the greatest. I'm not the best at really talking, honestly. Forming my thoughts into ideas is really hard for me, but I'm still trying my best, and I want to help you out. I want to, just share my ideas and I guess help out those who I can because, there's many other people going through the same stuff as me or who have been through what I have been through or even worse. And, you know, even if you can really form your thoughts or anything like that, you can still have a general idea and get out what you're trying to say as well. So don't even worry about it. Those who want to understand you will understand you as long as you're, genuinely trying to tell something. So yeah, I'm a little sorry about my lack of skill with expression. But I really hope this was a bit of a helpful video for some and just even for me, just kind of a deep dive. Just we're looking back at this past year and what happened and what I'm hoping for happening, which is just good things, but bad things will come as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Thank you guys for being here. And I feel like when a video like this once in a while doesn't hurt, it really just I think it's kind of needed. So because you gotta stop moving once in a while and focus on other things in life. There's a creeper following me. I'm gonna call here for today. I'll be back another time. Thank you guys for being here, and for those who listen, thank you as well. I'll see you next time, and take care of yourself. Don't let bad things happen to you. Don't let bad ideas, not like your thoughts and other issues, rule your life. Be a master of your own world, I guess, if you could say that, if you want to get very philosophical. But yeah, once again, thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.